Wow. Hey, family and friends, God bless you. It is Senior Talk with Clara Hubbard, the time you've been waiting for. Well, let me tell you, one of the biggest HBCU football weekends is coming to Mississippi. And none other than my brother himself, Alan Cole, is joining us, and we're going to bring it to you live. I'm representing Southern University, 1880, I must say, and I'm very proud to be alumni. But everyone stay tuned. A lot of great things to share with you about where you can find these activities coming up real soon. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after our intro. Everyone, thank you for joining us. Share us with your friends, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. We're live on Senior Talk Media. All right. God bless you, everyone. It's the time you've been waiting for, let me tell you. Well, as I mentioned in our intro, today we have joining us no stranger to Senior Talk, not even a stranger to Chicago and those in the Midwest. He's just taking the time to put on something casual today. He may even have on gym shoes. Normally you find this brother in roller skates, taking care of people across the country, whether it's an entertainment, professional, corporate. He is none other than Alan Cole. He is the proprietor and owner of Dharma Professional Services. But right now, he has another title that he's added to his belt. So welcome to Senior Talk. How are you today, my brother?
I am well, Clara. I'm well. It's so delightful to be here. I'm humbled to be here. Welcome and good afternoon to all the guests of Senior Talk.
Yes, indeed. Well, let me tell you, we had such a great rapport, and when we talked about HBCUs, and we've known each other for quite a while, but I want you to just introduce to our listening and viewership who Alan Cole is. A little bit about your background. What qualifies you to be the Soul Field Weekend producer of Soul Weekend in Mississippi?
What qualifies me is the fact that I'm still here, Clara. Thank you again for having me here and allowing me to be here. I do believe that I'm qualified to be in this position. I have served in the entertainment industry for about 30 years, having worked for Sony Music, being a part of launching careers of those of Mariah Carey, establishing the careers of those such as LL Cool J, helping him win his first Grammy, and launching careers of Escape, the Brat, and then in the two, we'll name some new artists that are still around that are legends, as well as those that I just named. There's a whole bunch more like Regina Bell, Nancy Wilson, Peabo Bryson, but Alicia Keys, Luther Vandross, Jamie Foxx, Fantasia, Ruben Studdard, Angie Stone, Mario. We're an R&B executive, and we're now here in Jackson, Mississippi, producing Soul Filled Weekend 2021. An HBCU doubleheader classic weekend in Jackson, Mississippi, featuring the one and only Coach Prime in his home opening debut against the Delta State University Statesman, Jackson State University. I believe, going down. And I do believe that we will be 3-0 by this game next weekend on the 18th. And then on Sunday, that's not it. It's two games. It's a Saturday and a Sunday game. Then on Sunday, Mississippi Valley State University will take on, what's that? Is that red? Is that blue and yellow? Take on them Jaguars of Southern University.
Yes.
And it's going to be an exciting weekend in Jackson. We have a bunch of activities planned. It's all about raising money, though, for each of these athletic departments. So that's the purpose of the weekend, and we have tons of activities that I'd love to tell you about. But that's a little bit about who I am.
Right. Okay. So you are a busy man, and we really are honored to just know and love you and be in your network. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about this.
You guys.
Let me say this. Let's go back, since we got a little time. Let's talk about this new energy that's coming, or reignited energy coming into the HBCU system.
Sure.
First thing I want to tap on is that we're looking and now seeing that at the decision time, a lot of athletes are selecting, not a lot, but some are choosing HBCUs, athletic programs, for their, career in football and through HBCU system. So what is your thought on that new vision and that reignited energy pouring back into the HBCU system?
Well, I think it's tremendous. HBCUs were the beginning and core for education in America. But real quick, I see the ticker says soulweekend.us. The website is soulweekend.ms.
No challenge. We professionals. We'll take care of that.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to say, since it's going across as we talk about it, what we're seeing is that these land grant universities that were originally established were designed to educate African Americans. So when we couldn't get in PWI or predominantly white institutions, we had no other choice but to be educated by our own. Mm-hmm. What we see now is a level of understanding. Because let me say this to you. It's all Black boys and girls that make up college sports and most of professional sports, certainly the high dollar professional sports. Mm-hmm. So a poor kid that goes to Jackson State versus a poor kid that goes to, I don't like to use the word kid, but a poor child that goes to Jackson State versus a poor child that goes to Alabama is based on the program. And when you have a coach like Coach Prime, Hall of Fame, NFL player, college graduate, went to a great school, now coaching at Jackson State, what it does is it lifts this university, lifts Jackson State, it lifts the conference, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, but it also lifts the profile of HBCUs. Mm-hmm. It does not hurt the fact that we're in a time where Black Americans have been ostracized, penalized, and terrorized. And now all we're asking you to do is to give us the opportunity to show what we can do. Coach Prime is bringing an attitude of belief and hope mm-hmm. to the university, to the city. Him being here is great for football. It's great for society. It's great for life. It's a lot of great leadership taking place over there. So we're really excited about the shift and some of these great star recruits coming to these HBCUs.
Absolutely. And, one of the key things that is important is that we really have children to be exposed to the experience, the younger children seeing the vision. I know personally, when I went to Southern University, I still have business relationships with my alma maters. A lot of us have come together to still build relationships through becoming alumni and joining those associations and making, donations and going to the fundraisers. So there's a richness in that as well that is lifelong, where you become family. But I want to take a little twist on this. I have an excerpt, and I am telling everyone, Senior Talk does not own the rights to this video. I'm going to tell you now, but let me tell you, I have to show this because this is Coach Prime at his best, enjoying his time on the campus of JSU.
Holy Ghost,
Well, let me say this. With that being said, we should also note that Sunday School Live is a part in partnership with this great event. So tell us about Sunday School Live, would you?
Sunday School Live with Pastor AC. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Time. We do it. It's a lively discussion of God's holy word. We believe the word of God is relevant, it's relatable, and it is responsive. When it's relational, we believe in teaching on three principles: the observation of the word, the interpretation of the word, and the application of the word. You can join us by visiting sundayschoollive.com. Just type that in, click the link, and it'll bring you right in. 9:30 every Sunday morning. We're talking about the word of God for real. How is it relatable today? And what happens when we get out to church? Playing church and being nice to one another inside, but what are we thinking about at the gas station when Nuck playing the music, smoking the blunt? Where is your heart as a believer? Because it's time for the believer to come back. The plumb line has been dropped. You got to choose whom you will serve. So we believe in having fun and serving God.
Absolutely. That's the only way to do it.
Shout out to my bishop, Ronnie Crudup Sr., senior pastor, New Horizon Church International, who we're under that covering. And so Sunday School Live, a lively discussion of God's holy word, sundayschoollive.com.
Time Central again?
9:30 to 10:30 a.m. every Sunday morning. 9:30 to 10:30 Central.
Fantastic. So let's talk about the host city of the Soul Weekend. It's going to be a big one, I tell you.
Absolutely. The city of Jackson, Mississippi, and our mayor, Chokwe Antar Lumumba, which is a phenomenal leader, visionary leader. He calls us the radical city. So we're doing radical things, which is why we're doing an HBCU doubleheader football game weekend at the Veterans Memorial Stadium. So when you think about this city, there's food here. We're the birthplace of America's music. Mississippi is. So there's great live music. And let me just tell you about the event, what you could expect in Jackson. Tech Jackson kicks everything off on Thursday. That'll take place at the convention center. Hey, Angie Bender, that must be my cousin because that's my family name.
That is my cousin. That's my friend, Angie Bender. That is Angie.
She could be my cousin if she's from Mississippi. But anyway, Thursday is Tech Jackson. We have a college and career fair. Got some great schools lined up. It's in conjunction with Jackson Public Schools. We're going to do a sports and marketing panel. We're going to do a symposium with Mason Ash, who is a sports agent, going to talk about the new laws that have been passed in these states where likeness and imaging can take place, and the different careers in sports entertainment, not just being on the field. But also on Thursday is the W.C. Gordon Ashley Robinson golf tournament that will take place at Lake Caroline. Shotgun is at 8:30 a.m. So Thursday and Friday is Tech Jackson. And on Friday evening is our welcome block party sponsored by Ciroc. So we're going to have a phenomenal block party. Ciroc has got some great beverages, cocktails lined up for the adults that want to come through and walk our city. It's going to be, we have the Ciroc Soul cocktail that we're going to be premiering as well. It's called Welcome. It's called Let Your Soul Glow. Welcome Block Party. 7 to 10 on Lamar and Pascagoula. So that's going to be and it's free to the public. We do have VIP tables available at soulweekend.ms. Then we're going to go to the Singers Room later on Friday night for some great live music featuring the band Bass Rhythm and Grooves. And we're going to do it. It's also going to feature the sounds of Dave Tolliver from Men at Large. He's bringing his clubhouse program, the Singers Room, live. So we're going to do that live at Sweetie Pie's Live, Miss Robbie's spot. So we're going to be at Miss Robbie's on Friday night doing the Singers Room. Saturday, Jackson State takes on Delta State at the stadium. Tailgating is going down. I look for Jackson State to be a formidable team and demonstrate the excellence of Coach Prime and his leadership. Sunday Soul Filled Brunch. We're going to be, it's called the Soul Filled Sunday Celebrunch. And we're going to be honoring 4 great Mississippians, Vice President Ashley Robinson from Jackson State, who's also Director of Athletics. We're going to honor Coach Tamika Reed, who is the women's head basketball coach and SWAC champion. We're going to honor Coach Rose Washington, women's volleyball coach and SWAC champion. And we're going to honor Mississippi Valley State head coach Lindsey Hunter, who's also a Jackson State alum. He's a SWAC champion. He's an NBA champion and two-time NBA champion. So it's going to be a great weekend of activities that's going to take place on Sunday, the whole weekend, actually. I'm sorry, Saturday and Sunday. So it's going down. Never been done before. Doubleheader football weekend. Let me say this too. I see my man Patrick Austin ready to come in here. But let me thank and give credit where credit is due to two great universities. First of all, Jackson State University and Mississippi Valley State University for their home games taking place this weekend, especially Mississippi Valley moving their game to Jackson. The other organization that we want to acknowledge is Visit Jackson, also known as the City with Soul. Dr. Ricky Thigpen, executive director, executed the vision of our mayor, Mayor Chokwe Lumumba, regarding this idea taking place. So we're thankful to Visit Jackson, the City with Soul, and the City of Jackson Mayor Lumumba and their entire leadership team for this weekend in Jackson. Great restaurants here, great food. You know we used to be fat around here. We ain't as fat.
Right.
We eat good.
But let me say this. We need Patrick to unmute himself. So if he can do that so we can hear him and bring him into this. But I just want everyone to know that, we know you rocking Jackson, and I love that. But we also believe in the Southern University system, who's going to win on Sunday against who we playing at Southern University. Who are we playing?
I don't know. This brother that's coming in, I know he represents Mississippi Valley State University.
Okay, well, there has to be a conversation. Tell him to unmute himself so we can bring him on. And while we're doing that, all right, we're all set. But I just want to play this. Well, no, let's bring our guest. Would you do the kind introduction, Alan, of introducing our special guest with us today?
Our special guest today is none other than Brother Patrick Austin, executive entrepreneur. He's one of the executives in the athletic department at Mississippi Valley State University, his alma mater, president of the V Club, the sports fundraising arm of Mississippi Valley State. And when I tell you this is a sharp brother, he's sharp, he's smooth, and he's right on time. My man, Patrick Austin.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you guys for having me.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. We can hear you loud and clear. Okay. So what we were talking about earlier in our broadcast, we want you to reflect on the new energy that you can attest to that's going with the HBCU experience through academics, education, and our young athletes choosing HBCUs as their choice to live out their athletic career through the college experience. Can you share your thoughts on that, please?
Well, it's actually an amazing thing and an amazing time. And I know, Coach Sanders, Coach Deion Sanders gets a lot of flack and credit, and rightfully so. But the thing that's unique about HBCUs, and I can attest to this because I've actually, had experience of working at places like Mississippi State, which is in the SEC, and but I played at Mississippi Valley. I went to junior college out in Los Angeles, California, at Pasadena City College, which one of my former teammates is now the head coach at USC. But the HBCU energy is this: when others give up on you or may not give you the opportunity to do or have a chance to accomplish something, our professors are the ones that's right there, hands-on, that's not going to give up on you and going to hold you accountable. You're not just a number at a HBCU. You are a name and a face with accountability that goes along with it. And so if anybody out there listening, that's the one thing that I can tell you that a HBCU gives you. You're not a number in a class where 300 and 400 students. You have an identity. And, I'll never forget my time at Valley. Dr. Thomas, God rest his soul, used to hound me like Zorro, and I wasn't a terrible student, but I would procrastinate, but he would hound me like Zorro in order to make sure that I was accountable for the things that I needed to accomplish while I was there, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Yes. And what's critical too is that we have to be mindful, a lot of us, I know myself, when I went to Southern University, it was on me to get there financially. And I chose to go, I came out of my own pocket and I worked and I learned the city in itself. And I still have a big homage to, the Baton Rouge system, the town itself, and to the Southern University A&M college system. And I'm a part of the alumni. I believe in supporting ongoing after I graduated many years ago, because now some of my family members are considering going outside of the, normal community colleges to a 4-year institution. And I always would be, my first suggestion is try an HBCU, because your experience will be lifelong, and the relationships that you'll have be lifelong. So we're just coming off too, as we were talking earlier in our broadcast, that we just came off HBCU week. We are also acknowledging and very grateful that we have a visionary like our Vice President, Kamala Harris, who is an HBCU alum. And that the White House itself, they have a HBCU initiative that I think we should all, I know I'm a champion to get more involved into that, as someone who's had experiences and relationships that have carried on beyond my time at Southern University. So what are you anticipating about this upcoming Soul Weekend? Because I tell you, it don't seem like nobody going to get sleep until Monday afternoon.
Well, that's the blessing of it, and it's exciting, and I agree with you. And the whole point is for folks not to get a chance to go to sleep. Yeah, maybe you can take Monday off and charge it to us. But it's a wonderful weekend. It's a great for exposure, not only for our students but also our fans and supporters. The infrastructure more so, in the Mississippi Delta. Let's be realistic. Southern. The fans from Baton Rouge love to show up in Jackson. There's plenty of food, there's shopping, in surrounding areas, there's plenty of housing and places to stay. And I often joke and say, Southern gonna show up 20 deep, win, lose, or draw, 20,000 deep per se. And the structure in the Delta doesn't necessarily handle that. And so for our university and us trying to quote unquote level the playing field, that's a statement that's out. We have to find more ways to garner revenue. And so we're sitting with Brother Thigpen, and Alan Cole has been great as well. And Brother Thigpen is a Valley alum also. We try to work in different ways to increase the revenue of an institution like Mississippi Valley in order to fully fund athletics, whether people know it or not. I know everybody looks at wins or loss records, but for the most part, our football team only operates on about 30 scholarships, where our competition is at 63. So this is one way. By moving the game here, it's a simple economic deal. Our stadium seats about 10,000 total. So if let's say everybody paid $25 for 10,000 tickets, that's not letting their mom in and little cousin and little James crossing the fence and all of that. So just max capacity with another, maybe 50,000 in parking and tailgating, we would max out only at about 300,000. And then you still have to pay for your services, your AMR, you got security, your EMTs, all of that happens on campus as well. So in a best case scenario, that's if everybody showed up in the Delta, we could probably do about 250. Well, we looking at a minimum, unless Dorothy's ceiling falls, Dorothy house falls out of the sky, we're expecting at least 20,000 with hopes of upward of 30 plus showing up in Memorial Stadium, after the Jackson State game being done on Saturday against Delta State. So you got a boiling pot of Mississippi that includes the tailgating as well. You do simple math, 20,000 at $25 a head, that's 650,000. Those are the kind of things that can help us close the gap. Not only when it just comes to scholarship, but also raise funds to do capital improvements on our campus as well. And so it's a true economic driver. And I think that the thing that frustrates me some, I've been blessed to see this thing all the way from a volunteer in high school to a head high school football and track coach to working with Dan Mullen and Joe Moorhead at Mississippi State, to working under Kevin Warren, who's now the commissioner of the Big Ten, when I worked with the Vikings.
I'm sure we'll get him back on the audio. I'm hoping we will. Go ahead, Alan.
Patrick, when Patrick speaks of his experience, he speaks about it from firsthand. having worked from the collegiate level to the professional level. What he was talking about was when he was a scout and recruit for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes,
You there, Pat?
it cut out on me. I'm sorry. What I was saying was, I've been blessed to see it as a high school head football and track coach, in addition to working with Dan Mullen and Joe Moorhead at Mississippi State, as leading their recruitment staff, and also working with Kevin Warren, who's now the Big Ten commissioner. And when I was at the Vikings as an operations consultant, I've seen this operation done, and so God has blessed me and my family, and I want to bring some of those practices and things that I've learned to my home, to my alma mater, because we desperately need it, And
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
like to tell people all the time, finances and money is relative. Okay, just hear me out when I say this. $5 million, we can't two institutions in the state of Mississippi are paying their head football coaches close to $5 million or not more when incentives, right? $5 million can change the trajectory of our university at Mississippi Valley. So,
Tell the truth.
it is relative, and so people always saying, look at what they're doing with a little. But what if we're blessed with a little more? So some folks better watch out.
That's right. Well, what I want us to do, we're going to have a few minutes to close out, but tell us, Alan, from being boots on the ground, what is the current state? I mean, we just got through with a massive hurricane that could have been devastating and maybe made this opportunity not available. How is the city of Jackson prepared? I know you've got a party and all that, but what is the current state? And if there's still any opportunities that where we can donate and support the ongoing efforts. Do you know anything of that nature?
Sure. There are certainly Mississippians that are in need, as well as those in Louisiana, throughout the South that are in need, and donations are certainly being received for that. And our heart goes out to those that have experienced hurricanes and tragedies, as well as things regarding the pandemic. Here in Jackson, what I can say is our hotels have emptied from people being able to return home. So there is lodging here. We are taking COVID protocols in place. The city of Jackson has a indoor mask mandate still. We are certainly recommending, encouraging, and in many cases requiring, certainly at our official events inside, requiring proof of vaccination or negative COVID, so that we don't further exacerbate this virus in our community. So we're taking it very serious. I do know that our mayor has gone head to head with officials that don't line up with the best practices for overall health and safety of the people. But we will be certainly doing that at the block party. That's why we did the block party as an outdoor event. We chose to have it outside so that people could come and enjoy and experience. And we're delighted that Ciroc Vodka, Ciroc is our sponsor, and they're going to make sure that people can have a good time. The Soul Glow, the Afterglow at Sweetie Pies, that's indoor, but we're going to be checking. We want to see COVID vaccines because we need to live, and we want people to take care of themselves. The game is outside. There will be COVID vaccinations being given out at the football game on Saturday and Sunday, provided by different health providers. Oh, let me say this too while I'm talking. Open Arms. The Soulfield Weekend is being presented by our sponsor, Open Arms Healthcare Center, as well as My Brother's Keeper, two great organizations that are committed. They are boots on the ground and are presenting sponsors for Soulfield Weekend. Open Arms Healthcare Center, as well as My Brother's Keeper. And let me just speak about Open Arms. It is a full-service health center dealing with all types of prevention, not just COVID, but HIV and AIDS and the other preventative diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, and all those chronic illnesses that we're a part of. So I want to thank Dr. June Gibson and her team at Open Arms Healthcare Center, as well as My Brother's Keeper, for their support and their willingness to be a part of this and to help make it happen, because they're helping to make it happen.
Well,
can I say one other thing, though?
You should. Go ahead.
The other thing that I want to impress, three things that I really want to impress upon: the Let Your Soul Glow welcome party, the Afterglow, the Singers Room at Sweetie Pies Live, featuring Dave Tolliver from Men at Large, and the Singers Room Live, and our Sunday Soul Filled Brunch. the Soulfield Sunday brunch is going to honor VP Ashley Robinson, who is a Mississippi Valley State alum. Phenomenal executive. I mean, he's probably in my opinion, he's probably one of the best athletic directors in the country, because his executive move shifted the course of Black college football and white college football.
All right.
And so we're going to honor him, and we're going to honor Coach Reed, who's the women's head basketball coach and SWAC champion, who A.D. Robinson brought in. He also positioned Coach Washington of the women's volleyball team to be a SWAC champion as well. And they took their leadership and produced championship teams. And we got to honor Coach Lindsey Hunter, who is a true Mississippi native, NBA champion with the Lakers and the Pistons, SWAC champion with the Tigers. And now he's over at that program at Mississippi Valley. And you watch Valley State, watch what they do. Watch them be in the final game for the SWAC championship under that leadership.
Okay, let me say this. Next time, I'll make sure I have a Southern University. I can hold it down for my university too. The good thing is that there is going to be so much energy, and I'm glad you mentioned your healthcare sponsor, because what the world has failed to do is during this pandemic, because we are still masking up, and we just trying to get to the next day. Correct. Not even considering, in some regards, the other disparities that we still have in place. So the fact that they are a complete health center working on all those issues and health disparities is really good. And I'm glad you mentioned that. And I'm trying to find a flight now. Like, if I could just take a flight and get down, I see such a need for me to be there. So let's do this. We're going to close out. Just give your 1 minute remark. We're going to let Brother Patrick, if you're still with us, just give us your 1 minute closing remark. But thank you so much for your energy and time and being with us today. Go ahead, sir.
Look, thank you guys for having us. I appreciate your platform and all of your listeners and viewers. And it is imperative. I want to encourage everyone that be the voice. That's the one thing that I can ask for you, is to be the voice. If you know the plight, we may not have $1 million to give, but you may encourage or touch someone or speak to the right person that has the economic means to make that impact or to make it happen, to change the course for our university. Because at the end of the day, no matter how big we are, whether we're the size of a Southern with the alumni base or Jackson State or small like Valley, we all need assistance and support in order to grow and help our kids as they grow to be productive members of society. So thank you again for your time. If you have any questions about the game, of course, I know he's already given the website a few times, but also you can look on mvsuvclub.com. And that's our athletic foundation at MVSU. It was just newly founded in 2019. And, there's ways to support there as well, and can give a little more insight of some of the needs that we have at Valley. Not the Southern thing that you're talking about. Look, one of my close friends, Eric, used to actually coach tennis down there at Southern. Great brother.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of great people in many HBCUs, and I tell you, our world is better because we're now getting the recognition, and we need to continue that initiative. So I thank you for your energy. And Mr. Alan Cole, producer, Sunday School Live, as well as many other things. Give us your 1 minute closing remark, if you would.
Education is the preparation for the competition of life. That is what HBCUs do. Prepare young men and young women to go into life and compete. Mind, body, and soul. Tech Jackson starts it off in fulfilling the mind. The Ashley Robinson, or the W.C. Gordon Ashley Robinson Golf Tournament, also contributes to the mind and opportunity, as well as the body. The body is the Let Your Soul Glow dance block party Friday night. Saturday, they're going to body it up on the field. Sunday, they're going to body up on the field. But on Sunday also, we're going to feel the soul with the Soul Feel Sunday Celebrant, while we celebrate some great people. So it's great music. We're going to feature sounds of Calandra Daniels, who's an incredible psalmist who's going to bless us. And it's just going to be a great weekend. So I encourage you to go to soulweekend.ms. We do still have some hotels available. There are still great opportunities to come to Jackson. Southwest flies into Jackson now, so y'all can get from Chicago real easy. It's a direct flight. Get on, get up, get down, and that's all you got to do. So we're excited. We're delighted to be here. I got a shout out again, my brother, Patrick Austin, president of the MVSU, Mississippi Valley State V Club, the Athletic Foundation, the brunch, and all the activities that we're doing is raising money for both of these athletic departments. The block party is free, but VIP service and VIP tables are available because it's sponsored by Ciroc. So let's come up and walk the block.
Let's tell the truth. Well, let me tell you, it's been a pleasure to have both of you gentlemen with us today. And I would like to say that someone said, Clara, you should have a senior HBCU party. Well, let me ask you this. Are any of these events streaming where we can do that?
Yes, we are having the brunch will be streamed as well as the block party. The game on Saturday is going to be streamed through the Jackson State Network, but I can tell you that the game on Sunday between Mississippi Valley and Southern is going to be, I believe, on ESPN 3 or 2.
Okay, give us that because I will work that out if I can't make it out, because I do have previous engagements that evening. But I'm going to strongly enforce, if you can get us that communication, we'll update. And I know that group who's asking us, the foster grandparents of Chicago, it's a group of 80 to 120 of them. So they want us to do a watch party. So we're going to try to work it out. I'm excited about that. So everyone, let me say it's been my pleasure to serve you. I am Clara Hubbard, host of Senior Talk with Clara Hubbard. But let me conclude with this. In complete darkness, we are all the same. It is only our knowledge and wisdom that separate us. Don't let your eyes deceive you. I'm going to give you all just a little snippet of one of the other universities that's going to make this great Soul Weekend a great hit. None other than the Human Jukebox. We love you. Everyone stay tuned. Yep.
Not the boom.
Boom.